Stay safely at home. So last topic I discussed, that was when an image formed by a plane mirror, then the image distance and object distance, they are equal. Means the distance of the object from the mirror and the distance of the image from the mirror, these two are equal. Alright. Now, this is your common experience, everybody. I hope you have experienced this. When you stand in front of a plane mirror, then you will see that your left hand appears as a right hand and right side appears as a left side, isn't it? So, this interchange of right and left sides in the image formed by a plane mirror is known as lateral inversion. Laterally means sidewise it is inverted. Alright. It is known as lateral inversion. Alright. So you must learn the definition of lateral inversion. What is lateral inversion? The interchange of left and right sides of our image in a plane mirror is called lateral inversion. Alright. Now, if you consider the English alphabets, then you will see some alphabets, they suffer lateral inversion, whereas some do not suffer lateral inversion. Just here I am showing you that this diagram you don't have to draw. Suppose there is a mirror here and you have kept P in front of it. Then you see how to draw the image. From this point, you just take equal distance and then mark the point here. Then from this point you also mark at equal distance. I am measuring it by my hand. You can use a scale, and then from this point you take a point at equal distance and then you simply join it. So you see, when you are considering the image of P, it is sidewise inverted. So this is known as lateral inversion. Alright. But if you consider the letters O, alright, then if you consider the letter Y, alright, if you consider the letter M, then if you consider the letter X, then U, then V, you see, if you just draw a line in between, then both sides are symmetrical. So these are the few laterally means these will not suffer lateral inversion. When actually they will suffer lateral inversion, but as they are symmetric about the axis passing through the middle of the alphabet, it will not be understood. Clear? So what is lateral inversion, and few examples of the English alphabets which do not suffer lateral inversion you must learn and remember for your exam. Now if you stand in front of a plane mirror, then you will see, you will get an virtual image. Why virtual image? If you go behind the mirror, it will appear to you as if the image is from behind the mirror. You go behind the mirror, nothing is there. Alright, means what? The image cannot be obtained on a screen. So what kind of image it is? Virtual image. And all virtual image, they are erect with respect to the object. Alright, and the image formed by plane mirror, what happens? They are always laterally inverted. And I hope when you stand in front of a plane mirror, you do not get an image which is bigger than your original size or which is smaller than your original size. What kind of image you get? The size of the image is exactly same as that of the object. So what are the characteristics of the image formed by plane mirror? What I can say? Favorite topic of the examiner, so you must learn this point. What are the characteristics of the image formed by a plane mirror? That image is virtual, point wise you must note down, virtual, erect, laterally inverted and same size as that of the object. Now I will teach you how to draw the image of an extended object. When the previous diagram I have drawn image formation by a plane mirror, then I hope you can remember that we have taken a point object. Now we will learn how to draw image of an extended object. Now here everybody is using ruled line means one notebook. So you please take the advantage of the ruled line. Alright. So first of all what you will do that you draw the mirror, and the mirror when you will draw, take care it should be perpendicular to the lines of your notebook. Alright. So that's the way first you take the mirror. Alright. And the moment you will take the mirror, you must name it as. Then what you do? Along one ruled line, please follow the instruction. Along one ruled line, you first take a point in front of the mirror, suppose at a distance 5 centimeter, and then you mark a point behind the mirror at the same distance. Means you see, if I consider this point as A, then you mark A dash behind the mirror at the same distance. Alright, this is the first, holding the scale like this. Then you join the line in front of the mirror, it should be solid, and behind the mirror it is dotted. I hope instruction is clear to everyone. So suppose you have drawn through one line, then you skip 3-4 lines. Alright, skip 3-4 lines, then again another ruled line, you hold your scale, okay, and you mark 2 points at a distance, suppose 8 centimeter. Alright, what I said, this one you have take at a distance of 5 centimeter, then you can take at a distance of 8 centimeter. Alright, now it is not necessary that 5 and 8 you have to take, but you take care that in front of the point and behind the mirror the distance should be same. Alright, so here you see I have taken 2 points, now name it as B and B dash. Then how you will join the 2 points, again in front of the mirror it is solid and behind the mirror dotted. Is that clear? Now you join A and B. So AB is the object, and then when you will join A dash and B dash, that will be the image. Alright, A dash and B dash when you will join, that will be the image. Now why I have drawn this one dotted? Because it is a virtual image. Alright, now we have to draw the ray diagram. I am just giving you the reminder, this ray diagram given in your book is not at all perfect. Alright, now here, so that's why please follow this diagram, and in the exam also try to draw this diagram. Then after that what you do, you just locate the observer eye. So here I have not drawn the eye, I have written E. E stands for observer eye. Alright, so you too draw it. Then how to draw the ray diagram? Ray diagram means you have to show by using at least 2 rays the formation of the image. Alright, so first of all we will show by taking 2 rays formation of the point, formation of the image of the point A, and then we will follow the same method for B. Okay, now how to draw the image, how to draw the ray diagram. Already I have drawn the image. How to draw the ray diagram, please strictly follow that. Always when you will draw the ray diagram, you start from the image drawn. So you do like this, you join the image with the upper point of E, and when you will join, then you draw a solid line in front of the mirror and dotted line behind the mirror. Everybody has got? You see what I have done? I have joined A dash with the upper point. Alright, you don't have to touch that one, just little bit near to it you draw. And then put a arrow. Means observer eye receiving this ray. Then you join the image point with the lower point of eye. You just hold your scale like this. joining A dash with the lower point. Then again you draw the line behind the mirror. It should be dotted. In front of the mirror it will be solid. Alright, and then put the arrows. Clear? Now you see these two rays drawn, they are meeting the mirror at these 2 points. So you mark, don't make it very big, just touch it by your pen so that you can get a mark on it. Alright, then you join this point with A. And then again for the second line, it is cutting the mirror at this point, intersecting the mirror at this point. So join that with A. Alright. Now you see the explanation. From the point A, 2 rays falling on the mirror. So give the arrows falling on the mirror. And then suffering reflection received by observer eye. Observer eye extending back the 2 reflected rays, and they appear to meet at point A dash. So A dash is the image of A. Is that clear? So this is the ray diagram for the point A. Now we have to do the same for the lower point also. So what to do? What I said? Join B dash with the upper point of I. Hold the scale like this, and then while joining you draw a solid line in front of the mirror and dotted line behind the mirror, and give an arrow towards the eye because eye is receiving that. Okay, then again B dash you join with the lower point, little bit above the lower point. You join it, hold the scale and then join. Again while joining, take care, behind the mirror it should be dotted, in front of the mirror solid. Then put an arrow. So these 2 rays drawn, they are meeting the mirror, intersecting the mirror at these 2 points. So with which point you have to join? With B. Why with B? Because B dash is the image of B. So you join first this intersecting point with B, and then the lower intersecting point with B, and then you give the arrows. So you see these 2 rays falling on the mirror and then reflecting, received by observer eye. So this is the way you can draw the image of an extended object. Alright. Now what is your homework? At least 2 to 3 times you must practice this diagram at home. Alright. Now here you see, cleverly I have done one thing. I have taken the mirror perpendicular like this. Alright. Because you know, teachers always, what they do? Teachers, they just teach how to cook rice. And when they give the question, then they ask how to cook biryani. Isn't it? So, here, one thing is I am also giving you, I am also doing the same with you, that this is the way I have drawn. Now, the mirror may be given in any manner. Just you see, this is the homework I am giving to you. Suppose you have taken the mirror like this. Alright, and then you do the same thing. Alright, and draw the extended image. Means here the object is, and you have to draw the image. Alright, in that case what you have to do? You see here how to do. You hold your scale so that you just see the edge. You hold your scale so that it becomes perpendicular to the mirror. And then, and not only that, it is passing through A. Then you join this line and then you extend it and measure the distance of A from the mirror and mark the same point opposite to it. Means mark A dash. So you see, again the same method only we are doing. Means here, see the line A dash, it is perpendicular to the mirror. So it does not matter how the mirror is oriented and where the object is. Object you have to keep definitely in front of the mirror. Then only the image will be formed. Alright. And after that what you will do in the same manner that you hold your scale so that it is perpendicular to the mirror passing through B. Then draw here B dash. Join it. Then where to locate the observer eye in front of the mirror? Because you know if you go behind the mirror then you cannot see the image. So where should be the observer eye? In front of the mirror. So you locate the in front of the mirror. Then again you follow the same method. What is the method? What I said? First you join the image point with the upper point of the eye and lower point of the eye. Then the two rays will meet the mirror at 2 points. That 2 points you join it with the object. Alright. So follow the same and draw the diagram. Clear? So it is up to you that how we will take the orientation of the mirror, but you at least draw 4 images of an extended object. That is the homework given to you, and everybody should upload it after drawing the diagram. After completing the ray diagram, you should upload it in the group itself. Okay, that you have done the homework. Okay, so this is the way you can draw the image of an extended object. Next topic is images formed by 2 inclined plane mirror. So the previous one was there, one mirror and one object you have kept in front of it and you have got one image. But this is the very interesting one, that suppose you are having 2 plane mirrors, alright, and the 2 plane mirrors are inclined at an angle theta. This is theta, this is the Greek letter, alright, theta. So, what is the measure of the angle theta? Then, you will observe that if you keep one object here in between the 2 mirrors, then instead of getting only one image, several images will be formed. Alright, what I said? How many images will be formed? Several images will be formed, and not only that, it is very interesting one. I hope you will enjoy that. If you centering the point O, suppose this is the point P. If you draw a circle, then you will see all the images will lie on this circle. Alright. So what I said, if there are 2 inclined plane mirror and if you keep an object in between them, then several images will be produced. How many images will be produced? That I will give to you. Next topic is that. And one thing you will observe, that centering the point of intersection of the mirror, taking the radius, this one as radius, if you draw a circle, you will observe that all the images formed by the 2 plane mirror will be on this circle. Alright. Now the question arises that how many images will be produced. Now it is, you have to understand one more point also. When you are keeping the object in between the 2 mirror, then you can keep it in 2 different way. One is symmetrical, another is asymmetrical. Alright. So you understand it, what is the meaning? Symmetrical and asymmetrical. Alright. Now symmetrical setting means the object is at equal distances from the 2 mirror. You have got what I said? Symmetrical means setup. Symmetrical setup means what? The object is equal distance from both the mirror. So how you can get it? You see the angle here formed between the 2 plane mirror. You draw the perpendicular bisector. Draw the perpendicular. This is what? This is perpendicular bisector. Sorry, angle bisector. Angle bisector of the angle between the 2 mirrors. This is the angle bisector. If you draw. Now, if you take a point on the angle bisector, then you know if you drop a perpendicular on both the mirrors, then this length and this length are equal. So, what is the meaning? If the object is kept on the angle bisector of the angle between the 2 plane mirror, or angle bisector of the angle of inclination of the two mirrors, then the setup is known as symmetrical setup. So symmetrical setup simply means that the object is at equal distances from both the mirror. Alright, what is the meaning of symmetrical setup? Object is at equal distances from both the mirror. Alright, means just you consider this one. If you consider the point P here, and if you drop a perpendicular, then if I name it as X and Y, then Px and Py, they are equal. And how it is possible symmetrical setup? That you take the point on the angle bisector. Where to keep the object? You keep the object on the angle bisector. Then it will be at equal distances from both the mirror. Then that is known as symmetrical setup. What is the meaning of asymmetrical setup? Very simple. Means you are keeping the object in such a way, you see that they are not at equal distance. It is not equal distance from both the mirror. It is nearer to this mirror M1 and it is far away from the mirror M2. Then what kind of setup it is? Asymmetrical setup. Alright. So I hope symmetrical and asymmetrical setup clear to everyone. Now how to find what will be the number of images formed by the plane mirror. Okay, just try to understand it, how to find. First of all, you have to calculate n is equal to 360 divided by theta. Alright, then you will divide 360 by the value of theta. I am just giving you one example. Suppose theta is equal to 30 degree. Then you see n is coming 360 by 30 degree, means how much it is coming? 12. Isn't it? So, first of all, what you will find out? How much is the value of n? Now, if n is odd, so here I am doing for even, so I am discussing even first, then I will give the example of odd. So, you see here, if the value of n comes even, then number of images will be n minus 1 for asymmetrical setup also, and number of images will be n minus 1 for symmetrical setup also. Is that clear what I said? So how you can write? If theta is equal to 30, n is 12, then here you write down even. Okay, therefore number of images, this is the way you will write down, n minus 1, how much n minus 1? N is 12. So 12 minus 1, 11. Then within bracket you write down asymmetrical, comma, symmetrical. For even it is the advantage that anyway you keep the object within the mirror, the number of images will be same. It may be asymmetrical or it may be symmetrical. How many will be the number of image? Number of image is 11. So this is the way you must write down, that when the numericals will come on this topic definitely will get the numericals. So that is the way you must do. Now you consider this example. Suppose theta is equal to 72 degree. Then what I said, you will first calculate 360 by theta. So when you will calculate 360 by 72 degree, then it is coming 5. 5 means what? It is odd. Then when n is odd, then what you have to write? This is the way you will write, that number of images is equal to n equal to 5 for asymmetrical setup. Means you are not keeping the object at equal distances from both the mirror. Alright. Then second one, how many images will be formed for the symmetrical setup? It is n minus 1, means 5 minus 1, 4. So here you must write down symmetrical. Is that clear? So this is the way you have to utilize this concept to solve the numericals. So again I am summarizing it. What is the first step? Calculate n is equal to 360 by theta. Then find it out whether it is odd or even. If it is odd, then number of images is equal to n for asymmetrical setup and number of images will be n minus 1 for symmetrical setup. But if the value of n comes even, then what will happen? Number of images will be n minus 1 for symmetrical also and number of images will be n minus 1 for asymmetrical also. Now here another one very important concept. Suppose theta value is 62 degree. So when you are dividing it, then the value is coming in decimal. Just you see, if it is 62 degree, then it is coming 5.806. Alright. In that case, what to do? Remember, it is not possible to produce 1/4 of an image, half of an image, 1/3 of image. Alright. Either full image will be produced or it will not be produced. Is that clear? So that's why when it will come 5.806, never round it off. I am repeating, never round it off. Simply drop the integers or drop the digits after the decimal. Means 5.806 when it is coming, then you should write it as 5. Alright, you should not round it off and should not write at 6. Because you know, when we get 5.806 this way, then generally we round it off, we write it as 6. But here, never should be done. Alright, simply you should drop the digits after the decimal. It may be greater than 5, it may be less than 5. You don't have to bother. Just drop the digit and write down the digit before the decimal. And then you check whether it is even and odd. I hope this point is clear to everyone. Alright, so when it is odd, then you apply this rule. That number of images will be n for asymmetrical setup, number of images will be n minus 1 for symmetrical setup, and if it comes even, then you apply the rule for the even setup, for the even number, that n minus 1 for symmetrical as well as asymmetrical. So this is your homework. For you just take any 5 values of theta and solve this way and calculate the number of images formed for asymmetrical and symmetrical setup. I repeat, what is your homework? You take any value of theta. Alright, you create your own problem. Take any value of theta and find out what will be the number of images formed by 2 inclined mirror. Next is images formed by 2 perpendicular plane mirrors. So how you will do?